Jobb har ni gjort. Och som sagt, det har varit otroligt teknikintensiv arbete som sagt. Och Susanne och jag har haft fullt på att hänga med det här. Nu så tänkte jag välkomna vår nästa talare. Och jag kommer byta till engelska. Vi har... Jag ska bara... So I would like to welcome our next speaker, which is from Digital Element. It's Kate Owen, and I'm very happy to have you here today. Oh,
I'm not sure what's going on.
very happy to have you here, and they are premium members to IAB too, and I know you are a specialist in this field for sure. So I really look forward to your presentation. And I'm going to change to the other presentation. Yes, so please introduce yourself.
I hope the microphone's going to work. Hello. Thanks very much. I'm very sorry I can't. I understand about 4 words in Swedish. One of them is tack, and one of them is well, and good morning and stuff. So I'm sorry about this having to be in English. Thank you. But thanks very much. It's very nice to be here. Yeah, like Charlotte said, thanks for the nice introduction. Oops. Digital. Not good. Should I just use a microphone?
Hold on, I switched it off.
Okay.
Try again.
We try again.
No.
Okay. Just yell if it's not working and we can switch to a microphone. So, firstly, Digital Element is a company that's been around since 1999. We have kind of invented geo-targeting technology before 1999. The only way to find out where a user was accessing digital content from was to have a little look at the WHOIS registry databases, which are not particularly accurate and not particularly up to date, and don't give you any particularly useful information for that reason. So that's me, this is us. So what my company did back in 1999 was a couple of smart engineers got together and said there's got to be more interesting, there's got to be an application for understanding or for localizing content on the web and for localizing advertisements and for doing this in an accurate way. And there's got to be a better way of doing it than just looking at what people have voluntarily entered into some database. So they invented a technology called a trace routing network infrastructure technology, and put a patent on it, and we've been sort of going ever since. So what this does is put Digital Element in a unique position for having, our founder is still with the company, for having a kind of a long insight on all aspects of geo-targeting. We've been working with big and small companies all over the world since then. We're not a very large company, there's about 40 people, 30 of which are engineers. And the rest of us go and do the talking stuff. So this is a few of our clients, just to illustrate a little bit that we're not just working in advertising technology. We power a lot of the geo-targeting in major ad servers all over the world, including in big ad servers in this region like Immediate, CSense, Bid Theatre, AdMeta, AdForm, and so on. But also in retailing, big brands like Sisley, Ria supermarkets, stuff like that are using our data in order to just personalize content. So there's a lot of different applications, banking applications, and so on and so on. So what I want to do is start about a little bit of the history and then just have an overview of current geolocation, not just IP, but geolocation in general. And give you a little bit of an idea about how everything fits together, because I think there's a lot of interest and fascination and perhaps a little bit of hype about new technologies that are coming onto the market, and it's good to see how these technologies slot in together and fit into the whole holistic geolocation piece. So why do we do location at all? Why is it relevant? The main point is, of course, when you are showing any digital content to a user, if you make it more relevant, at the end of the day, you're going to make more money. So it's a really good driver. Basically, you get the user's attention quicker if the piece of information that you're showing them before you know anything about them is still relevant in some way to them, and location is an easy way to do that. And if it's more relevant to them, or to a larger proportion of your audience, you're going to get better conversions and make more money. So that's the main driver, it always has been. And the second thing is perhaps also to build up some trust and some sympathy, and to start to build a relationship with that end user who you don't know yet. So as soon as you can do something that's relevant for a user before you know who they are, I'm talking about people with no cookie, people with who haven't given permission for you to track them on their mobile. I'll come back to that in a minute. You can still show them something location-based, but still relevant to them, and start to build a relationship and build a sense of trust. And the third main general aspect is fraud protection. So if you are able to understand where somebody is, and they're telling you that they're actually somewhere else, then it's generally a sign that you need to look at that transaction a little bit closer before you accept some money. So there are a lot of different applications for location data in this digital world. We start with advertising. Obviously, social networks, the case presents itself. Publishing, where you can show local versions of content. One of our clients is the New York Times. If you're inside New York, you'll get a different newspaper automatically tailored to people within New York. They're going to have a different general sense of interest of what's going on around them right there than international readers of the New York Times, who get a different edition. E-commerce, also a logical one. If you can show people products that they can buy rather than everything, and then they have to tell you where they are, then you can make more returns. And banks and payment providers also use the data to put in safety checks, as I said before. So there's a lot of different areas in which you can use geolocation. So our company, like I said, has been around since 1999. That's 15 years, and in this industry a fairly long time. I was talking to our founder the other day, and he was saying in the last 18 months or 2 years or so, he's seen more change than the past 14 years put together. It's so rapid at the moment in this area of location-based advertising and location-based technologies. So why is that? Firstly, an explosive growth in social media. Everyone here has probably got either been on Facebook or is active on Facebook. Most people might have a Twitter account. I mean, everyone is... I should stop moving my arm so much. As I said, explosive growth in social media, explosive growth in the use of smartphones. My 11-year-old stepson has got a much more funky phone than either me or his dad, and is always on it, and so are all his friends at school. And it goes right up to, you know, even my mum's got an iPad and knows how to use it, sort of. So there are a lot more devices in a lot more generations than there ever were before. Everyone is always on and are using multiple devices in multiple at the same time and in multiple locations. So what that means is that your consumer isn't always the same, or isn't acting in the same way the whole time. It's a bit like a chameleon. They're always changing color. So they're changing the device, they're changing where they're using the device, how they're using a device, what they actually need from that device at that point in time, and how, therefore, what you need to be showing them in order to meet their needs. So geolocation as a service is expanding as well with that, from the demand. So there are new technologies, as we just saw in the presentation before, of course, new use cases and a lot of new possibilities. So the problem is that it all gets very, very complex, because you have complexity in the device, as we saw from the chart with the green dots. I understood that one before. A lot of different kinds of devices, different screen sizes, different operating systems, different capabilities and attributes for each type of device. What can you show people? Is it tiny? Is it big? Then you have the kind of connection. Is it faster or slower? Are they connecting to a fixed connection or a mobile connection? What kind of carrier? Whereabouts are they? And then you have the technological complexity. Is it, do you have permission, user permission to show them, to track the device? Can you use proximity networks, or do you have to do something a little bit more anonymous, a little bit more broad? All that multiplies together to exponentially, for a marketing manager or somebody who's trying to work out a strategy of how do I actually deal with all these people. You've got this huge complexity. So I'm trying to give a little bit of an overview of how things fit together. So I think the main thing not to forget is that there are still people, consumers who want to buy stuff, and people who want to sell stuff.